Hello, and welcome to my channel. And today I'm back to Dragon Race into the Night. So this is a diamond painting that I am creating from a cross stitch pattern. So yeah, it's a conversion, and it's this picture. So it's by Rose Khan. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, because this is a big picture and it's been going for a while, it's been going for a few years now. So yeah, if you want to get caught up, I also have a playlist up in the corner there, so you can see the whole thing from the start, because I have mostly been doing all of this on camera. So yeah, let's get cracking, shall we? So I'm only doing 4 squares today. Usually I do 6, but I had this odd little piece here with this piece of paper, and I want to get rid of that loose piece of paper. So it's the 10th of September, and I'm actually hoping I'll do this, and then hopefully before the end of the month I'll be back to do my usual 6. Today I'm using the Admiral's S tray. So this is their pink and gold limited edition from a few years back now. I've got a little trashy tray here that's just a regular pink. You can buy that at any time. I have tweezers. These are from the kits that are with Diamond Art Studio, because they're the angle nose tweezers, which I really quite like. And I do place with tweezers. And I've got a pen here, which I've only really got it here for the straightener, to be honest, and I might not even use that. The pen itself came from Amazon. It was a cheapy one. So yeah, that is what I have. Oh, and today's cover minder, I actually remembered to use a cover minder, but this is because this one's from Louise at my diamond painting place. She's got a YouTube channel, so do check her out. But yeah, if you saw the last video, you saw that she sent me loads of spare drills that I was short of. So yeah, it was thank you, Louise. I said it then and I'll say it again. But yeah, she sent me some cover minders in there just as a gift, so we're using that. So let's get cracking. Oh, and one last thing, I do have Patternkeeper here, which is an app that runs on Android devices, and that's got my pattern on it to fill this space. So yeah, let's get straight into it, because 3072. Oh, here's my drills. Yeah. So yeah, I wanna try and make this a quick one so that I can come back later in the month. 3072. So that's a kind of pale blue. I can already see a trash drill. There's a shell. See any more in there? I'll do it now, up here, because I have the camera right in front of my nose here. Here. It means sometimes I don't see stuff, and I have to pick it off the canvas afterwards when I realise it's not fitting. Okay, let's just go for this. So hello, how are you all? I hope you are keeping well. Let's turn it this way. I hope you are all keeping well. Oh, that's an inauspicious start, isn't it? I pinged. Okay, I meant to change these tweezers because I have a feeling like one of the ends, like they're very, very, very pointy. So when the ends start to wear down, sometimes they wear down at different times. So one will be longer than the other, and that causes more pinging. And I only ever remember when I sit down to use them. By then, camera started. I'm not going to pull out a new pair of tweezers then. Maybe editing me. Change your tweezers. Do it now while you're not on camera. You can do this. But yes, hello, how are you all? Hope you are well. Hope life is treating you well. And if things aren't going so great at the moment, then I hope things get better for you again soon. Thank you for spending your time with me instead. And hopefully I can take your mind off of things a little bit. You know, that's why we craft generally. We just, it's an escape from the real world. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I just need to make sure, because if I mess it up at the start, then then that sets the tone for the whole thing. This should be a relatively easy 4 squares, because there aren't actually many colours in here. This does not have any colour blocky parts, but up in the sky and also deep in the tree, there are less, shall we say, colour changes. I mean, this one is insane. Sometimes I've had like 20 colour changes or more in just like a little section. So I think this is only, it looks like, I haven't counted it up. I'm just looking on screen and seeing what I see. I'm only seeing like maybe 4 or 5 colours. So yeah, challenge accepted. I will still manage to mess this up. It's a skill. What can I say? But yeah, so it is finally starting to feel a bit autumny. We had some weather here that come through. The dregs of Erin, and we've had a few nice days since, but it's been very blustery. It's had that autumn feel. So the leaves are still all on the trees, but some of them are coming down. You know what it's like when the wind blows. There is a few coming down, and then what'll happen is one weekend or one day it'll just decide to go for it, and like almost overnight, all the leaves will be gone from the trees. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So what have we got? What can I talk about? It's got to be something short and sweet because, like I say, I think hopefully, I mean, I could come to regret these words. But hopefully, this is going to be a quite quick chat by my standards. I mean, bearing in mind that my chats usually can easily run to an hour and a half or more. It's safe to say I do long form videos. It's a niche. If you like your long form video, then I'm your girl. But what was I saying? What was you know? And that's the other thing. I completely lost my track already. So that's that colour done already, though. But yeah, the hope is to get back before the end of the month and do my 6 squares, and then I've kind of caught up. Then I've kind of caught up for, what was it, last month? I can't remember if it was last. It was kind of last month, wasn't it? Where I didn't do as much as I hoped. All right, let's do. I've got V. No, that's B. V. Ooh, I have not used this colour before. So this is number 1, which is basically 5200 in there. And I also included some 3865 in case I wanted something a bit less punchy. And then I've got some ABs in there. And I think I might go for the ABs because I've already got some blue ABs in here, so it wouldn't be out of place. And it's like sparkly in the cloud. So let's just do it. Oh, bit of cloth there. Right. It's not that many of them either. So I don't like ABs like in big blocks. But splatterings, yeah, I'm all for it. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 across. Okay, 1 there. So what do we have for diamond painting news? I think we've got a little bit of diamond painting news. So what have we got? Oh yeah, so we had my last kitting up, which was one of Diamond Art Studios' Chart to Arts, and I've started that already because it's my unofficial drills and chills. So unfortunately, I can't show the picture because it's Chart to Art is a bit like it's like a cross between a cross stitch conversion and a mystery kit. So you don't know what you're going to get, and so I can't show it. But I've done a little bit of it because basically they're like it's called, the one I'm doing is 12 Days of Spookmas, and it's almost like a advent calendar for Halloween, I guess you could say. So they're little doors. So you've got a whole canvas as normal, and it's got a normal diamond painting style of a frame. So that's got all the symbols, and then in amongst the symbols there are 12 blank squares like this. Well, not squares like this, but blank canvas. You know what I mean. And in each one, there's a little sort of pixel art type picture. And yeah, it's I'm quite enjoying it so far. It's got the benefits of 1, 2, 3, 4 because I've got the border around it, which does have symbols. If I don't feel like braining, I can just do a little bit of the border because like the border is quite substantial. It's not a thin one. Like the border is like this big. So, and it goes all throughout the painting. So if I wanted to do a little bit of the border and not think, I can do that. And then if I feel like doing some conversion, then because it is all on Patternkeeper, then I can just do that. And because it's only like small areas, you get that little dopamine hit of seeing some progress. Do you know what I mean? 745. And I am in fact enjoying it. I mean, I've got 2 months to do it because it's basically for Halloween. But I'm really already thinking about, I hadn't really planned it that way because Diamond Art Studio have their November event coming up. They just run it for the month of November, and it's all you have to do is a Diamond Art Studio kit. That's pretty much the only thing. It has to be obviously a new kit, a new start, and you know they have some raffles and stuff like that. But it's all very casual, and you just post your picture at the start of what kit you're working on. Then at the end, no, 1, 2, 3 there, and at the end you post the picture of your kit for how far you've got. You don't have to finish, and there's you don't have to do much really. You just have to like giving it a genuine effort and not just don't be lame and you're just doing it for the prizes. So yeah, I like that one because I don't do many events, as you can say, like as I mentioned, like drills and chills. I'm doing unofficially. I don't do the event. I'm not doing forms. I'm sorry. And it's just unfortunate because drills and chills. I used to do drills and chills. 3761. But it's gotten so big. I did it back in the day when it was smaller, and it wasn't a big deal. You just post a picture, and that was it. And yeah, now you have to fill out a form to join, and you have to fill out a form to when you finish. And I'm like, I'm not doing all these forms. There was only 2 of those. That was quick. So I'm doing it unofficially. I do sometimes put the drills and chills hashtag if I'm talking about it, but that's just a bit free advertising for them, isn't it? Right, let's do H because there's not many of them. 3747. Yeah. So that is that. But yeah, I can't show the picture or how far I've got. Although I've mentioned this before, I'll be talking about it a lot because I'll be trying to drum up interest for people to join. But kind of at the moment, it's still in the testing stage. So I've just set up a Discord. At the time of filming, I think I've got it all set up with ish how I want it, but we're still in the test phase. I'm basically what I've done is I've set up the basics of it, and then every day or every other day, I go in there and just I go in with fresh eyes, and because I've forgotten what I've done, and it's just like, do I still like how that looks? Is that too much or too little or whatever? But yeah, so there isn't much going on there apart from me playing Wordle because you can put games in there like little bots, and I've installed Wordle, and so now I go in there every day and play Wordle as you do. So yeah, there isn't much actual conversation in there because there's a couple of people in there, but it's very quiet because we're in the testing stage. So if you do want to get on board with the testing, for Discord, if you have a Discord account, obviously it's very handy. If you don't have a Discord account, it's very easy to set up. They have a web page, they have apps. So Discord is basically a sort of a community site, but it's kind of a cross between a bit like Facebook, but it's more dynamic. So it feels more conversational, and you can have little channels in there and everything. And when I was talking about the setting up of it, which was in the previous, was that in my previous? I think that was in my last chat, wasn't it? Sometimes it all blurs where I talk my nonsense, especially as I've got my colouring channel. So I talk about things there as well. I'm like, what? Like I don't repeat myself enough as it is. I'm like, where did I say that? Did I say that here? I do not know. Right, M. Let's do M. 775. 775. 775. 775. Who's done for 775? What is an AB? Right, let's do some more ABs. Maybe. Let's get both out because it's just a pale blue and a. We'll go for the ABs first to see how they go. And then anything left over, I'll just do as regular because I do join these. So where am I? Here. Yes, here. What was I saying? Lost my flow. I know I was talking about the Discord. But yeah, so it is just in test phase if you want to help out with that. And I'll leave a link below now because now that it is kind of live for testing, I'll leave a link below in the description if you do want to come and check out the Discord. it's that link will only last for 7 days. Okay, so hang on, how have I got something's gone wrong already, because that should not be there, so that should be there. Right, that just needs to move over one. This one. Well, it doesn't need to move over one. It means those two should have been there. Look at that. There are hardly any colours and I still managed to mess it up. Get over. Yeah, so the link for the Discord will only last 7 days and then it expires and it won't work. And at the moment, it's a privately listed. So now that means I've done this bit wrong as well. This is what happens when you base off of... No, which way am I? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So this is this one. Yeah. And that one needs to move over. So I just did them to one spot to the left. Then I should have. Okay, we'll see if the next row is wrong as well. Quite possible. Take that off. Yes, it is. Right, so this is the 1, 2, 3rd row. So we've got 2 spaces, 2 here. Oh no. No, hang on. Hold up. Learn to count. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2. Hold on. What have I done? This is right. This is the line. 2, 1, 2. No. I think I'd gone the other one. No, Hold on. Brain in. Brain in. Right, 2 here. Should be 2 here. I hadn't messed that up. Get off. Brain in. Brain in. Now, this is what's confusing me. There's 3 here. Why is there 3 here? What? One of these. 1, 1, 2. No, there should be 2 there, so this shouldn't be here. Let's just assume, because they're all kind of blues. Let's just assume that was meant to be there. I'll put the AB in there. What? 2? That'll do. 2, 2, 1 AB. Okay, and then 1 AB goes there. Okay. So yeah, so because you can search for Discords in the directory, you know, in their search feature, but only if they're public. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've made a right mess of this. So something has gone horribly wrong in all this, and I've made a mistake, and it's just thrown off everything else. That two ABs, 2 things, and an AB. Should be an AB under here. Maybe that was just that mistake there. Space. Yeah. Okay, now we're all right. It was that one. It was a new mistake that I was just making. Okay, this is hard. Trouble is, in this section, all the blues look the same, so it's just like, yeah, which one is which? So on that basis, it doesn't really matter, because if I can't tell the difference when I'm looking which blue is which, now where did I just put that there? If I can't tell the difference between the blues, then it doesn't matter if it's wrong, because like, if I can't tell when I'm looking and trying to figure it out, then nobody's going to know if there's no clue. Right. Yeah, so because there's no directory, it is definitely on a, so it's like a kind of private group at the moment. And, you know, you can only search for it by name, like before. It would have to, you'd literally have to put pebbles in the search bar and for it to come up. So, to be honest, I might put it public anyway, because there's not going to be many people that just happen to stumble on it. You've got to be looking for it, even if it's in the search. But for now, 7 days on the link, and then it expires. I will try and remember to come back and update that link if I don't have another video that comes out before it, you know. So basically, if I have another video that comes out in 7 days after this, that's where the new link will be. But if I don't have a new video, I'll come come back and update this one. But basically, if you're looking to join the Discord in the future, if you're a future person and you're interested, hopefully it should be up and running by then. If you can't find any links, it means it failed miserably. But yeah, the link will always be in my latest video. So, and if you're not familiar, so basically I'm building a community for people that watch this channel and for people that watch my colouring channel, and also a place I want it to be like a creator hub. So we'll have our own section sort of thing where we can cry on each other's shoulders because YouTube hates us. Right, I've got 3 P's there. 3747. Did I do that one before? I feel like that number's familiar. It is. I'm sure we did, but it was on a different symbol, so it must have been one where it's like a. Oh, that one does not belong in there. Where did that come from? That wasn't even an AB. You know what? Let's just put it in there. And yeah, so there's going to be like a creators corner for where people can just, because the algorithm hates us. We're like, oh, then there's going to be people there that understand, and maybe make some new friends, and from friendship comes collaborations and all sorts of things. So that is the goal. And maybe one day as well, I'd quite like it if like some small businesses had a safe place to post, and not worry about annoying anybody, because you can set up little rooms in Discord so that the people who want to advertise their channels and their businesses, they all have a specific place to go, so everybody knows where to look. But also it means that they're not spamming, because they're not in, they're not in. Hang on, have we just got 2 symbols left now? It looks like it. Let's do Y, and then we can work from that corner up. Yeah, so it's hopefully 951. Hopefully it's a good place for everybody to like a directory, because everybody will know exactly where to look if they're looking for a new channel, or they're looking for find someone's latest videos. Then there'll be a place for it to look, and but the people won't be able to spam, because it'll all be confined to one place, so everybody wins is the theory. And whether we get that to work is something else. I'm going to give it, I think, till Christmas, I was saying. But how did I even get onto this? Oh, I know, because I was talking about the chart to art. On Discord, there's this ability where you can do a spoiler, give it a spoiler tag, and it'll so you can post a picture and then spoiler tag it, and it'll just grey it out, so you can't see what the picture is unless you actually click on it. So there's no accidental spoils just by reading a comment or something like that, which is what can happen on Facebook, isn't it? Like somebody puts a spoiler in the comments, but you don't think. So you just read the comments because something's there, and then somebody's posted a picture, and you're like, and it's too late. But that doesn't happen on Discord. It's really good. Right, let's just do this. Which one was I doing? Those are ever so wonky. 1, 2, 3. Let's get this one. That was the one that was wonky. Right. And yeah, so that's where I got onto it. Sorry. Well, I mean, I'm not sorry. I need to not be British about this. Like it's a British thing where we don't like sort of being pushy, and like I will mention this Discord probably every video now for the next few months at least, and then by Christmas, if it's not taken off, and there's like 3 people in there, and one of them's me, just playing Wordle, then I'll know it's not really going to work, and it can rest in peace. But if you don't know, do you? Unless you try. But yeah, it's a very British thing to just not ask for people to do things. So yeah, I'm asking now. I'm putting my big girl pants on, saying if you are willing to help me set up this Discord, get this Discord off the ground, the link is in the description. Thank you. Expect it to be quiet though, because remember, I only set it up a few days ago. I set it up last week, but I didn't touch it over the weekend. I was just like, I had to do a lot of braining with all the channels and settings and things like that. And oh, do you know what? I'm thinking, am I working on this line? Yeah, I'm working on this line. Okay, let's do. I've ticked off the wrong ones. Let's do this ones that I've just ticked off by accident. I'll put them in, and then I hopefully will not be so confused. Wishful thinking that is. Yeah, so bear in mind that it will be quiet because there's hardly anybody there. Just me, mostly talking to myself. No, that one should not be there. That is going to be a B. Right, let's do that one. I've ticked that off by mistake. Let's do, and that should not be there. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. No, that should be there. So we've done that row, and I've ticked that off. Just check I've done this one right. Space 4, space 3. Okay. Tick those off. I'm going to tick those off completely now before I forget. And yeah, let's do these. Okay. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you there, and just be patient. Give it a chance. It's always hard when you're starting up a community, because especially as I've not sort of opened the doors to, because I'm in what I'm calling a beta test or however test you want to call it. I'm doing a slow invite so that I don't get overwhelmed. Don't know where that went. It pinged. So yeah, it's at the start it's going to be super quiet, but over time, hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, it'll all work out, and hopefully you will be there on the journey with me with this Discord, and we'll get away from that flipping algorithm that YouTube and Facebook has. That's what triggered it. Because I've used Discord for years, but it just, I had this epiphany that it was just like, why am I fighting against the algorithm for like community, for chats and things like that? Well, for videos as well, but I have a Facebook page, and I can tell from the insights that sometimes it shows things to people, and sometimes it just chooses not to. And it's the same with YouTube. And I'm like, why am I fighting this when I could just go to Discord and yeah, it's guaranteed. People see what they want to see, and they can turn off channels and mute channels and all this sort of thing. And you can just see the bits you're interested in and turn off the bits you don't, which is why I'm doing the joint one for my colouring channel, because people can come in and not be interested in diamond painting, but they can just turn that channel off, and it's fine. They don't have to look at what happens in that room, so to speak. Right, let's tick these off, because I don't know why, but there's something about, because it's all peachy, but the symbols on here are green because it's highlighted, and for some reason it's really, that colour almost matches my rose and my peaches. Right, so I can just do straight down here. And right, let's just make sure I don't accidentally start putting them in there. So this full line, make sure I leave that. Okay, let's do that. I just need to leave that space there, and then everything is a full line above. So yeah, what else? Hannah Lynn released some more of her diamond paintings. They look to be, they're like the more sort of portraity ones. There's most of them I wasn't fussed about, but I do know there was one, I can't remember her name, because you know all her girls tend to have names, and but I know it was the one with the big giant sunflower, and people were very excited about that one. So it was quite a popular painting. So if you've ever wanted that diamond painting girl, she's just sitting there, and she's sitting amongst sunflowers. I like sunflowers. Now which way? That one, was it that one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I want to fit in there. Well, get in there. I didn't bring out my single placer. Usually I bring out a single placer when I'm fighting with to get a. Really? Was that the only trash? I think it was. I can't remember what I was saying. Kind of lost it. Talking about the handling girls. But yeah, if you've been looking for the big one with all the sunflowers, because I gather that was quite a popular painting, then you can now get it on Hannah site. If you've not seen those, she does her own diamond paintings. I'm sure you have by now. There's been plenty of fanfare about it. Right, let's fill that gap. Yes. So this one, right, 2 rows. No, what did I do? Don't do that. I think as well I just erased some of the things I ticked off before. Idiot. Well, let's see. I might have caught it. Let's tick it off now. What else? What else? Diamond painting news. Oh, I tell you what I have done. Right, I did mention last time that I'd been working on doing my spare drill projects. I finally pulled my finger out, and like so, I've got these are all my sticker sheets, sticker sheets that I made myself. So obviously these are the round drills, and this will be the square drills, and we have everything on here. Plus, I've got some of the 6000s, which are the DAC colours. And then I've just down here, I've just got some dupes of like the popular colours like 310 and 939. And the way I figure it out, because I'm sure I probably don't have all of the 6000 numbers, because the list I found was definitely out of date, because I had one in one of my paintings, and I could not be bothered to pull out all my paintings just to see if they had 6000s in. So if anybody sees a 6000 that's not on this list and they've got one in a kit, let me know. But I was thinking of because obviously I've done this as a template. I was thinking if people are interested, because I found out all sorts of things in this set, because I did not just copy and paste this from someone else. And I think that says a lot for how many. I do wonder how many people on Etsy, if you went to their sticker sheets, find out how many just copy and pasted like each other, just copied each other. Because I was going through here and like names were wrong because they'd got it all from Gems Flow. So names were wrong. There was a number that literally does not exist as a DMC. There was another one that was that got combined. There was a color that got combined with a different color that was very close match, and it got phased out. So it was a discontinued one, but it was still appearing in lists. There was all sorts of things. This took me so long. I cannot express how many hours I put in, like both researching, and then I got all the correct sort of color hex numbers for all the colors. Oh my god, I was just many hours of my life that I won't get back. So yeah, I thought I would share that. I need to figure it out. I don't want it in a Dropbox, because that would be attached to my personal account. I do have Ko-fi though, and Ko-fi have the ability that Ko-fi have a store feature, and you can put on things on there for zero. So basically, you're going through the store feature, but you don't pay anything. Because I've seen artists give away free pictures and things like that. So I think I'm going to look into that, because I do have a Ko-fi account. And if you're interested, then it'll be a free download. And obviously that means that my right, let me count. It means finally I'll be doing my spare drills, or some of them. I'm going to do my squares first. Let's get it out of the way. So hang on. So this 1, 2 space this. Am I in the wrong row? Is that why it is? That is that. Yeah, that. This is in the wrong place, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be up there. For all the difference it makes, because it looks virtually the same. And I don't know why this is messing with my head, but there must be something to do with the colours. And I don't know why I'm obsessing over it, because you can see like, I can hardly tell the difference between these two sets of drills. They are almost identical. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut myself some slack and just like go for roughly what I think, and it doesn't matter if it's wrong, too, because I'm no stop pinging. Change the tweezers. Yeah, I need to, and I'm very wonky today. I don't feel discombobulated, and yet like I don't feel I'm firing on all cylinders, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but no, there. Stop that. Let's tick these off before I get more confused. I think it's about to rain. It's getting very, 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 very dark out there. So let's do 1, 2. So yeah, expect a square drills. It should be quite quick because, relatively speaking, because I don't have a huge amount of spare drills, because this kit uses up over 200, and I nearly always de-kit spare drills into here. So yeah, it means if from the start I should hopefully. I was planning to do one of those big the art dock cases that hold 240. I was planning to get 2 of those because I had this dream of like being able to just do a new cross stitch conversion and just screw off the lid and put on the label, sticky label, and bam, that would be it. And but I think I'm a way away from that yet. So this is what we're going to do to tie me over, and then I can actually do de-kittings as well. Not that there's many of them because I'm so slow, but there might be one now and again. But it needs to be square because though I did do the round stickers. But the trouble is, I don't have many round resin drills at all. But I do have the ones I have are all Diamond Art Club. So even if I got more resin round drills, they wouldn't match because Diamond Art Club have different facets. So I think what I might do is, I don't know what I'm going to do, because the thing I've got to hold them all is quite big. It's like a box, but like the traditional box that Rebecca and most people use for their things. Me, apparently I'm a snowflake, so I found something else that I'm going to be using, which hopefully will work. But obviously it holds quite a lot of drills, and maybe I'll put my speciality drills, like my ABs and stuff, in the next one. But I need to, if so, I need to make the labels for them, because I don't know how. Not all ABs have. Not all colours have AB versions or fairy dust versions. So I don't want to just stick on a label with the DMC number. I want to be able to specify what it is and get them all in their proper little corners, as opposed to being jumbled up in a bag and a box, which is what they currently are. So I think I'm just one step at a time. Let's just focus on the square drills, and I can decide what I want to do with the round drills. Could be that I could share a box with Diamond Art Club ones, in a half and half section. Just, I know myself, and I make so many mistakes. But I'm not sure if I have the luxury of space of giving them each their own box, because that would add up after a while. So we'll see. But yeah, watch out for a storage video, and then I'll also, by then, I hopefully will have sorted out Ko-fi or coffee or however you say it. Don't know how you say it, but yeah, hopefully I'll have it on Ko-fi by then as well, and then you can download for free the sticker template. And even if you don't want to use them as stickers, then you might want to cross-check it with your current setup to find those missing, the phantom colours that actually don't exist, but because everybody copies everybody else, everybody, yeah, you can find out. You can find out who the people are who have just copied others, and they're wrong. Just like I mean, because I did a lot of research for these. I'm not somebody. I'm not OCD, but I do have OCD tendencies. So when I see something that doesn't make sense, I don't think, "Oh, I'll be fine." Like I have to get to the bottom of it. And there's a few things that just make no sense because I could find both names, but one, it was for the naming convention, and that's less important because mostly we identify things by the number, don't we? But also then I just kind of had to choose which one I felt was the one that was most dominant on Google, because if somebody's looking for a name, then they're going to Google and find the one that throws up more results. It might not be the right result. It might just be the biggest copycat thing. No, but it's what Google answers with, so at least it'll match for that. But I'm like, I did not anticipate. If you remember the conversation where I spoke about them labels before, I was just going to use Jones, and which have 80, I think it is 80 labels to a sheet. And in my wisdom, I managed to find a template. It did have 80 labels on it, but like they go 5 across and then less down. Whereas hers was only 4 across, but they was shallower, so there was more down. I was like, oh, well done, well done. You managed to find something completely different. So that's the reason in the first place why I had to create those labels from scratch. Many, many hours of my life I will never get back. But I'm happy because they're pretty colours. It's just like, I'm so easily satisfied afterwards. Like, it made me happy because of all the colours. It was quite colourful. Get rid of that. Let's tick those off. Have I done these bottom 3? Let's tick off those bottom 3 as well. Okay, so we got one up here. Let's do this one. And tick that off. And right, so now we got 1, 2, 3. So we're going to start there. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I've got to do 5 of them. All right. Back on track. The brain has decided it will compute. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. 4, 5, space, and 1. Okay. Get that off. What else? Still kind of getting used to being unemployed. If you missed that news, it does feel strange not having that. It's not that I had a routine. It's kind of the opposite, because I was very reactionary in that job to what people asked of me. It meant that I could wake up in the morning and not have any work, and then at 12 noon or something I would have some work to do, and then nothing would happen. Then at like 9 o'clock at night somebody would come in, and like a lot of my work was time sensitive, so I would be having to call up like places to do work, and I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I have worked after midnight on my previous job, and then the next day I've had to do one email or something like that. It was very all over the place. And now I have this opportunity to put some structure in. So, but I'm doing chores still. So just doing household chores that just get put off and put off. But I'm trying to do channel stuff as well, obviously, because the biggest benefit of having this spare time on my hands is that I can give the channel some love. But I'm trying not to obsess about it, like, because I don't want to make a rod for my own back. I've just come out. The whole point of this is to give me some me time, and I love my channel, and I love doing crafting things. And hopefully, when all my chores stop, I'll have time to actually do some of that stuff, because I've done surprisingly little diamond painting in the last 3 weeks. in my spare time, because I haven't had that much spare time. I've been like decorating and sorting stuff. Oh, stuff. What is this? Where does all this stuff come from? Been planning my holiday, which is basically paid for, but it still has some things to book. Like the money is all there, but I've just got to sort out the details on some of the things. Right, this is the last colour. All this should be one colour, which is 948, which is going to be another peach, isn't it? Oh, it's right next to that. 948. Oh, look. It's another peach. Oh, really? That's a first. Right, okay. It's all right. I'm just going to do this. We're just going to have a lot in our tray, and hopefully I will be a response. I don't even know how I did that. That's an impressive tip, considering those pots are so shallow. There's not much gravity, I really overcome gravity on that one. But oh, what was I saying? But yeah, so it's weird because I'm going from having to react and respond to other people. I'm setting my own sort of timetable, and it's weird because I did used to work in an office many years ago. I got made redundant. I used to work in a publisher. It's a magazine publisher. I think I might have told this story before, but not a lot. So yeah, I came out of school and was basically went into publishing magazine company and I'm in London, so it was. I'm pretty sure that you will have heard of some that we done many titles there, but there's a few that are quite famous around the world. I feel confident that someone somewhere has heard of at least one of them. And I worked in like the classified, so like the end. It primarily it was like where the small lads was, but I didn't sell. I wasn't in telesales, but I was like a typesetter, so I would create it was the digital work to create the pages, and that's what you used to send off to the printer. And I did do a little bit of it. There was lots of proofreading and things like that. And there was one time there was a strike. All the editorial had a strike, and like some people were working, but they needed that. It doesn't matter. Something's not right there, but they all look identical. So I did a lot of proofreading of editorial. That was a bore. It's like I like reading magazines, but when you're just looking for someone else's mistakes, it kind of takes the shine off of it. But it was good because we did the classifieds for all the magazines as opposed to just working on one title. It meant we got 3 magazines for everything. It was really good. But they made me redundant, which was less good, and that's when I got into my other job. But it does mean that I'm quite, I'm comfortable doing digital work for, typesetting work and layouts and stuff like that. A little bit of picture manipulation. We did use Photoshop and the like, but it was quite limited because it was only small ads. But it's there. I think probably that disappeared. I think probably what I'm going to do is when next year, if I'm not ready to make a decision about what to do, I'll probably just find some freelance work along those lines, because that's online work is relatively easy to so that's before all the AI stuff comes in. I think AI takes away some of the work, but somebody's got to check the AI isn't being wonky. So there's always quite often the demand for proofreading. So I think, but anyway, I'm going off topic because I don't even know if I'm going to do that. We'll see. But but that's the reason why I did all those labels. It's like it's not a problem for me to just knock out that layout, and now that I've got the template there, I can adapt it and do things. It doesn't take mad skills, but anybody can do it if they've got the willpower. Because I only used Canva for that. I don't have it. That's the trouble. I don't have it. I had lots of fancy, like powerful software back in the day, and I am not paying for things like Photoshop and the like in order to do my layouts and my mock pages. So we work with what we got. So we used Canva. Tick those off. But I was going somewhere with that. Oh yes, but it means I'm trying to keep my work, whatever work I do, like my hobby work, like into fixed time windows, because it's very easy with YouTube. Like, you're never done with YouTube. Like, there's always another video you can post, or there's always more comments to answer, or things like that. You can always, it never stops. So what I'm trying to do is just limit myself. Like, I'll answer comments sometimes in the evenings if I'm doing some diamond painting and stuff, because that's when I watch videos as well, other people's videos. So if I'm diamond painting or colouring, I'll have my YouTube radio on. But outside of that, I'm trying to. Why isn't that sticking down? Has that got a fat part? No, it's not. Why are you not sticking down? Stick. There's something under there. Oh, what's called stick. I don't like that drill. Let's just blame the drill. Let's find another drill and see if it still misbehaves. Doesn't look like it's got. Oh no, maybe it has got a bit of a fat butt. I can see it just caught. Sometimes that you can see it, like the way the light reflects off of it, and sometimes it's really obvious. That one was less obvious, but it was causing a problem. So yeah, I'm just trying not to, because like the whole point of me, well, not the whole point, but part of the point of me giving up my old job was just because like my time wasn't I had no distinct stop and start time. Like, even when I was on vacation, I had to like I could have to drop everything on my vacation to do some work, which is not what you want on a vacation, but there you go. So I wasn't able to switch off. Is that another one with a fat? It is. What's with the fat butts on these ones? Yeah, so I'm trying to be more disciplined, to have like things that I do during the day and things that I do during the evening or weekends. And I'm trying, not always successfully, but I am trying to just do it so I've got that differentiation of time where I'll just like, yeah, I don't think about anything. I don't think about YouTube. Or if I do think about YouTube, it's because I'm watching it and not because I'm creating for it, if that makes sense. And things like that. But it's hard. It's hard to get out of that habit of routines. I always had a semi routine because my other half works. So weekdays and weekends were different because the sun's coming out again now. So I did have a routine of sorts, but it revolved around him versus revolving around me and what I had to do. So yeah, that's it. It does take a bit of getting used to. I am getting better at not checking my email every 30 minutes, which is what I used to do. Or it felt like it. Like, day or night. If I was awake, I was checking my email. So it's, yeah, funny, isn't it? Habits. Oh, stop. I'm gonna have to. Really? Change tweezers. Change tweezers. I'm gonna see that. In there. I'm definitely going to change the tweezers on the basis of, like I've said 3 times, editing me. If editing me doesn't change these tweezers, then she needs to be sacked. She definitely needs to be something. Right. Tick those off. Tick those off. Okay. Oops, didn't tick that. Right, let's tick these. Let's do these. That. Okay. That's okay. Just wanted to make sure I was in the right place. Even though this is the last colour and it doesn't really matter, there's still part of my brain that has to double check myself. Right, so if you're enjoying this video though, talking of YouTubey stuff, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. If you are still here, shall we do an emoji? Let's do Let's do a flower because we've got our rose here. And last time I think it was a pineapple, wasn't it? Because it was the teddy bear holding a pineapple. I do like that. I don't know. I like quirky things like that. But yes, today, give me a flower, preferably a rose. I don't know if there is a rose emoji, but if there's not, just give me a flower. And that is the mission for today. Right, so how are we doing? Tick these off. But yeah, this year is going so quickly. When I decided to stop work, I was just like, oh, it's going to be ages, like because I'm going to not make up my mind till the new year. But I get the feeling it has that feeling about it already that it's going to be Christmas soon. Because like I say, I was booking my own holiday. Right, let's tick those off, and just sorting out like the loose ends of things for vacation. And then it occurred to me, like, because that's coming up soon ish, not now, but it's soon-ish, before Christmas. Really? Another fat butt? What is it with these peaches? Like a whole batch. It happens like that sometimes. Like a whole batch that came out at the same time will all have the same fault. And that one's got a tab. It could be as well. These are a mixture. But yeah, it occurred to me like because this might be strange for people outside of the EU, I think probably because I think the EU in general is the same as the UK, but we have a very different view to paid time off, and so we get generally, I say we, mostly this is about what my other half gets because he's the one who's still. Oh look, there's a drill up there with a hole in it. I need to fix that. I don't like holes in my drills. Get out. Put that there. And I will find the colour. Or find a similar-ish colour. It's just a blue. Right, so I'll put that there. And I'll do that off camera probably. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so he obviously has to, like our vacations, obviously have to work around his paid time off. But in the UK, the general rule is to have 20 or 25 days of paid leave a year, plus bank holidays, holiday weekends, government holidays. So for us in the UK or Europe, quite often our vacations will be 2 weeks, sometimes 3. So this is what we're doing. We've got a 3-week vacation basically, because we're doing the transatlantic cruise, and that takes 13 nights as it is. So unless we just got off the ship and went straight home on a plane, we didn't want to do that. So yeah, our vacation this year is going to be 3 weeks. I'm like, wow. So that's going to be 3 weeks out of that wait, until Christmas. It is just going to suddenly be on me. I'm dreading it. I did see, like, we don't do Halloween that much in the UK. Like, we do it, but it'll be like, I don't know if there's something. Is this another drill, or is this just is my? Because this is a reason why I wanted to get this section done, because that loose piece of I don't know where that went. If it had a flat butt, we'll never know until it goes in again. But the reason why I wanted to do it because that's had a piece of paper just sitting on it for ages, and like that does affect the sticking eventually. I think I might have to come back to this and do. Actually, no. Let me get my glue. I just have one of these, which is a Zig. What do they call it? I don't know. Two-way glue, squeeze and roll, but it's basically two double-sided adhesive in a rollable pen, a ball tip pen, which is great when you've got just like a little hole there, and it's blue. This is kind of the colour of the glue. So when it goes clear, then that's when it's dried, and then I can place my drill on it. I can't do it now. It would just slide all over the place again. So, but hopefully by the time I've placed the rest of these drills, I can go in here and dig it down. Right, where was I? Can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, holiday. Yeah, so we don't do Halloween that much in the UK. Like maybe the week before, there'll be some houses. But when I say there's like a few people do it, it's a few people do it. When I walked down my street last year, there was a few houses, and like I live in a fairly long street, and I think there was probably maybe 5 or 6 houses that had Halloween decorations outside. And of the Halloween decorations outside, I can remember them quite clearly. There was only 2 that you would say, oh look, they've done a lot. The rest were just like basically a pumpkin, because we don't do it that much. I remember a few years back, because we don't get the trick or treaters either. I've never had a trick or treater ever knock on my door. Now, admittedly, I'm in a flat, an apartment, and we have a little security door downstairs. But like, even so, like, no one's ever buzzed. I've never seen them knock it like in my area. Sometimes I hear kids giggling as they're going out, just like here where I'm on the main road, and they'll be walking down there. But it is an exception. What happened there? Because there was only one hole there, and suddenly there's 2. Must have knocked that out. So yeah, they just like, kids don't trick or treat. Maybe they do it more in the countryside, but in London, certainly not that much. You'll see maybe 1 or 2 packs. I call them packs because they do go on. They're on the hunt just for victims. I remember a few years ago we was in a pub on Halloween night. Didn't even think anything of it because nobody does Halloween very much, and some kids came in, which probably is another thing that shocks possibly the States, because over here pubs are family friendly. I mean, if there was kids in there at 11 o'clock at night, then yeah, there would be some raised eyebrows probably. But during the day, at the weekend, whatever, during the evening, the kids will go in the pub, and it's not a big deal. We don't have that fear, I guess, in a strange way, of alcohol, of kids being corrupted. So it's just normal. Anyway, so we were sitting in the pub, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 o'clock at the latest, and some kids came in the pub trick or treating. Whoever's idea that was, they must be like, they've started up their own business now and are probably a millionaire. Because needless to say, nobody had any like treats, so they took cold hard cash. So everybody gave them like a couple of quid. Quid is like slang for pounds, so it's like saying bucks. Quid is like saying a couple of bucks. So everybody in the pub would just stuck their hand in their pocket and gave these kids a couple of coins, and they made bank that night. If they did that in other pubs as well, yeah, there was some good business sense going on there. Just like, yeah, forget the sweets, forget the treats, forget the candy, just cold hard cash. And they must have been loaded. Like, wow, I feel like I've just been robbed, just mugged on the street. And that's why I viewed kids that do trick or treating as hunting packs. But yeah, it's just not. We're aware of it, and like, it's something we talk about, and there might be Halloweeny adverts, and like, so the vibe is there, but like the actual what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of I'm thinking the words. What is the word? Manifestation. The manifestation of Halloween in physical ways, like, so the trick or treating or the house decorations. Like, somebody might hold a party. If it was a party, it'd be like an adult. I say adult like that's rude. Not that kind of thing, but just like a grown-up boozy party. and it might be just like a fancy dress, costume party. They might do that on the night or the weekend of whenever Halloween is. It would just be, but that's just like just a chance to get drunk. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that social thing. Right, we're just gonna stick that in, even though that was not dry yet, but it will be. And so yeah, so I don't know how I got into that. I was talking about the Halloween. What was I talking about Halloween for? Oh, but I have seen two adverts on TV now for Christmas, 10th of September. Like soon as the kids went back to school last week, like they the advert started for Christmas. I'm like, serious? No, no, September, no, stop. But they didn't listen, so I have seen Halloween adverts a few times, and I'm not appreciating it. Right, I'm just gonna tick all these off. We got a lot of it. So this is like the radius from the sun. I think there is a more solid, obvious sun, but this is like a glow from like clouds out of it, if I remember rightly. I cannot remember. You've got a better idea. I've just posted the picture. Well, not just at the start of the video. I posted a picture of what it was. Right. Let me just get this 400 drills into what's it called? Stitch Pal, and that'll tell me what my new finish date is. I'm not anticipating anything major. All right, so that's entered, and as anticipated, it has gone up because one, I've only done 400 stitches, and I didn't realise it's been nearly a month since I last worked on this pattern. Wow, time does fly, but that's okay because this is almost like the bonus, and the 600 drills that I normally do a month, that's going to be soon in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm up to 2078 again. Hopefully next time that will catch me up and I will be back to, I think last time I was right at the end of 2075. Wasn't it like October or November? I think November maybe. 2075 was when I was due to finish. So yeah, it's jumped up like 3 years, but it was near the end of 25, so it's jumped up 2 years. But we're gonna do more. We're gonna do another 600 this month, and that is gonna get me back on track, because the reason why we did this extra one is because I did fall behind. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Look, do this. You know what you have to do. If you were here, you know what to do. Leave me a thumbs up on the way out the door, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now. Bye.